conservative to me means I believe in, what I think is doing what's right, and I believe in standing behind the military, standing behind the police, doing my part, and trying to help others do their part.
A conservative, in my opinion, is someone who kind of doesn't have the separation between church and state.
Most Republicans are usually in the church and usually Christian.
Like, they want what's morally considered right in their religion to be imposed within the law as well.
You stem your morals from religion.
Historically, conservatism were people who, I guess, wanted to conserve the things that they saw were valuable in society and institutions, like the family, in their view of the family, and the rule of law and things like that.
If he'd say I was a supporter, I guess it would be yes, like he has my vote, but if there were other candidates still in the race, they would have my vote.
He just says things about people and doesn't really realize how it affects our relations with other countries.
What he said about Mexicans, what he said about Muslims, what he has said about other, the ways he's expressed it, and it's all public record. I mean, obviously it displays racism at different levels.
I don't think he's racist. I think he says things that he probably shouldn't that are hurtful, but I don't think deep down that he's truly against a race.
He says he loves people from different races and he loves the diversity of America, he loves the African Americans, but in practice, does he take concrete steps to demonstrate equality and fairness to those groups? I don't think so.
I feel like some of his issues are on point, but I feel like the way he's handling some of the situations isn't necessarily the way that I would want situations to be handled.
The other reason I have problems with him is because he'll say what he wants to do, but he doesn't explain how he's going to do it. So supposedly he's going to build a wall between us and Mexico. But basically he was like, we're going to get Mexico to pay for it. You can't just say you're going to pay for this. No, that's not how international relations works.
I think some parts he is kind of, hurting conservatives. I think he's standing for some of the things we believe in and also hurting the things we stand for and making the rest of America believe that conservatives and Republicans are evil and the bad guys.
It's actually not conserving things, it's quite a radical movement which seeks to change some of the values even conservatives held as important.
It does have the potential to definitely frighten me, and sometimes I've thought about it, how could we let this guy be our president?
A radical conservative would be someone who has more extreme views, someone who feels very strongly about certain things.
They think that if you can make money and if it's by exploiting other people, that's kind of okay. I think that's a radical departure from the other conservatives.
Donald Trump is a wild card. Sometimes you get a good one and sometimes you get a bad one. I know a lot of Republicans that don't want Donald Trump in the White House but are still voting for Donald Trump.
I really do understand why people are voting for Donald Trump, even though they don't necessarily agree with his personal ideas.
He does scare me, but not as much as Hillary Clinton would. I just don't think the way she's going to deal with things is going to be the way I want things dealt with.
Hillary's obviously more qualified, and even if I don't agree with her completely, I'd rather have her than Donald Trump, and I think this election is interesting because a lot of people feel that way.
When we think about what is conservatives today, I think a lot of people who call themselves conservatives have got nothing to do with some of the conservatives of even 40 or 50 years ago.